If you know you're called, whether it's to start that business, step into who God created you to be, or finally take action on his vision, praying for clarity, asking for purpose, freedom, and abundance. But no matter what, something feels like it's keeping you stuck, and maybe you don't know what to do to get unstuck and start moving. Well, this video, it's for you. And don't worry, because I was right there too. What finally took me from being stuck to abundance in all areas of my life wasn't just any Bible verse. It was these 3 particular verses I started repeating daily. And I am not talking about the usual verses that we hear and see everywhere. These were the missing pieces, the mindset, the reset I didn't even know that I needed. The next few minutes, I'm sharing the exact 3 Bible verses that you can start applying today. The verse that will take you from feeling like you're just surviving to helping you break free and show you a hopeful path that maybe you never thought was possible. The second verse that will completely rewrite your belief systems about money, revealing a peaceful way to build real financial abundance. And the third verse, the secret to building something amazing without constant exhaustion. These scriptures might just be the missing piece that you've been searching for. So stay with me. First one, if you've been feeling like you're barely surviving each day, you're just going through the motion instead of actually living, I need you to hear this first because it completely changed how I see struggle. See, I used to sit in my car before work, literally dreading walking through those doors. I wasn't depressed or anything, but I just felt flat. Wake up, work, sleep, repeat. And I started thinking, maybe this is just my life now. Maybe I was being unrealistic wanting something different. Then I heard Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you, and to give you hope in a future. And something just clicked. God had a purpose, and I'm on my path. I wasn't just getting by because life was hard. I was getting by because I didn't actually believe God wanted good things for me. But this verse, it gave me hope that my future could actually look completely different than my present. So I started trusting God with his plans instead of trying to figure out everything myself. When that business idea kept coming up, instead of dismissing it like I used to, I started paying attention. When opportunity showed up, I stopped second guessing and started stepping because I finally believed I wasn't left behind. I was exactly where I needed to be on my path. And here's what I want you to know if you're feeling stuck, ladies, right now. You're not behind. You're not forgotten, and you're definitely not too late. You're on your path, and God's timing is perfect. Those dreams you keep pushing down, maybe it's time to start listening. Verse 2. Here's where it gets really interesting, because even after I started trusting God's plan, I still felt completely trapped by money. Here's what no one tells you about trusting God's plan. It doesn't automatically fix your money problems. If you've ever felt completely trapped by your paycheck, no matter how hard you work, you're still barely getting by, this next verse is going to shift you from thinking differently. I used to genuinely believe my 9 to 5 was my only shot. I was working so hard. I was doing everything I was supposed to do, but still living paycheck to paycheck. And I'd look at successful people thinking they had some secret that I didn't have, better connections, more luck, whatever. I felt so limited, but what I could earn in that little cubicle. Then I came across Deuteronomy 8:18. But remember the Lord your God, for it is he who gives you the ability to produce wealth. What? He gives me the ability to produce wealth, not just earn scraps from someone else's table, but actually create it myself. This whole time I thought I was stuck, but God had already equipped me. That vision burning in my heart wasn't random. The ability to make it happen is already in my hands. Girl, if you've been feeling limited by your current situation, I need you to get this. God didn't give you dreams just to torture you. That business idea, that calling you feel, you're not underqualified. You're divinely equipped. He put those dreams there because he actually put the ability to achieve them there. Now, I knew God had plans for me. I knew he had given me the ability to create wealth, but I was still making one huge mistake that was keeping me stuck, and I was missing something crucial. And if you've been grinding yourself in the ground thinking that's the only way to get your breakthrough. Honey, I used to genuinely believe if I worked harder, I would eventually make the progress I wanted. Based on society and what had been put in my mind about my 9 to 5, I genuinely thought if I wasn't exhausted, stressed, and completely overwhelmed, I wasn't doing enough. I thought God, in a way, wanted me to suffer for my success, that the harder it felt, the more worthy it was of me for the breakthrough. Then Proverbs 10:22. It stopped me in my track. The blessings of the Lord brings wealth without painful toil. This verse literally broke the lie I'd been believing my whole life. God doesn't want me to burn out just to prove I deserve good things. He wants me to bring wealth. Unlike what I thought, that didn't get me where I wanted to be. So why would I think working hard in a business would be any different? Instead of accepting the hustle harder mentality everybody was pushing, I started working with his peace. He wants me to bring wealth, not through painful struggle, but through his blessing. So I stopped trying to build a business that would kill me and start asking God, what kind of business would actually bless me? Because everyone kept telling me I needed to work harder, push through, grind it out. But I didn't need something that was going to make me burn out or put me under constant pressure or force me to work myself to death. I just needed a business that was low pressure, was quiet, where I didn't burn out. These 3 verses literally rewrote my entire mindset, how I see struggle, how I approach money, how I build without burning out. But now I'm genuinely curious about you. Which verse hit home the most? Was it the one about God's having plans for your future, or the ones about giving you the ability to create wealth? Or maybe the one about building wealth without painful toil? Or maybe there's a completely different verse that's been anchoring you through your current season. I'd love to hear about it. Drop it in the comments below. Seriously, I read every single one, and I love seeing how God speaks to us differently. And if you want more content about building a faith-led life and business, content that's actually practical and real, not just the feel-good stuff, hit the subscribe button, because that's exactly what we dive into here.